Doing awesome. I'm doing awesome. It's sunny out. The weather's getting nicer after this crazy week of weather here. And got a dance competition I'm going to and soccer all weekend. It's good. All right. So today I wanted to talk about 13 steps to developing a winner's mindset. I want to kind of derail what we normally are just talking about following, the 12 steps in our program and that. I really wanted to get in and just talk about mindset today. Before I get going, this link, guys, make sure you're here on Mondays and Fridays at noon. This is going to be the call we're going to do Mondays and Fridays. This is our momentum group that we've been talking about, and it's starting May 1st. It's going to be in full swing, so you guys are going to get some information on it. Welcome Annette to our group. She just joined and doing it. So we're going to keep this going, and as we go through it, we're going to be handling different things. Wednesdays are still going to go Facebook Live. Going to go in and see if there's anything you guys want, questions, things that are on my mind, to kind of come up for the week, just kind of keep us moving forward. But make sure you're bringing some things forward. If there's things that you need help with or things that are hitting in you guys, bring it out. Let's, as a group, we'll work through them and we'll go through it. So right now I want to talk about the 13 steps to developing a winner's mindset that I've got. And after this, I'll get you guys a copy of what I'm kind of going through here. But like I said in a video I did last week, you become what we think about most. So you've got to be really focusing on, especially in this time frame where our emotions are up and down, the world is up and down, everything's going up and down. It's crazy in the real estate business, but yet we can't find the things that we need to find. But when we're out there with buyers, it's fast. There's just not enough. So it's kind of messing with our mindset. So we got to make sure that we've got to be controlling what we're thinking about, because what we're thinking about most is really who we are and then what we're turning into, and that's really becoming what we're at. So try to turn some of that stuff into positive thoughts. So let's get started. Number one is you've got to start with always being honest with yourself. Always be honest with yourself, so you know where your skills are, and then you can develop what it is for the mental strength that you need to get yourself where you're at. So be honest with where you are. Don't beat yourself up with where you are, but be honest, and then be looking to grow. Don't sugarcoat it. Don't play the blame game in where you are. Well, this would happen or that. Always look at where you're at, what you had to do with it, get your mindset right, and then start moving forward. Second step, guys, is we have to eliminate the option called failure. We have to eliminate that word failure, because every step that we take, we learn something in it. We're one step closer to where it is we want to go. We have to stop looking at the word failure and thinking about it. It's not a failure. Failure is when you stop. When you just stop and give up, that's when you failed. When you made a mistake and you learn from it and you keep going forward, that's progress. So eliminate that word failure from it. Don't go, well, I failed at this, I failed at that. You've only failed at it when you've given up. And look at how many things that you were 3 feet from gold and you were really close and you gave up. And let's start again, because you got lots of time to get where you want to be. There's always going to be some times where we're going to have a little pause, or we're going to be like, oh, I got to get back at that. And that's what's the power of hanging out in this group, is we're going to be continuing to remotivate ourselves and getting ourselves through those ups and downs. All right, number 3, negative thinking is always more powerful than positive thinking. We have to eliminate negative thinking. And the way you eliminate it is it doesn't just go away. You eliminate it through awareness. Remember, you can never control your first thought, but you can control the second. So work on the awareness, work on when that negative thought comes in, how you rearrange it into a positive thought, how you reframe it, how you turn it into action, how you don't let it harbor. Okay. Something that I say to myself a lot when I'm around people that are negative and I walk away and someone makes a comment is I always say back, to the people about me walking away. I'm like, you know what, if that person is not paying me rent in my mind, they don't deserve to take up that space with that negativity. And if I allow it to happen, I allow that is to be in my mindset, me to be like that. So I walk away. And you just have to constantly be doing it, because you can never control your first thought, but you can control your second. And know that any mistake, anything that you've had happen, anything that you haven't succeeded in, you're never defined by that mistake. You're defined by what you do next. So keep working in that. So number 4 is I want you to answer these following questions, because they're going to help strengthen your mindset. Answer them internally. Jot things down in your journal or something. You don't need to blurt it out, but if you want to, you can say it. Number 1 is you need to be asking this to yourself every day. What drives me the most and why? Spend some time with your thought, journaling every day, or your mindset with your cup of coffee, where it's just quiet time and you're meditating. But what drives you the most and why? And that's a powerful question, because you can look at it at the beginning of your day of what drives you, and I'm going to go out and attack it. And you can look at it at the end of your day going, did I get where I wanted to be, or did I do the necessary things? What was really driving me, and why did I let that drive me? Because sometimes things get out of hand. Sometimes things get out of our control, and we go down this bunny trail with it and we don't realize it, and we keep going, and before you know it, it's been a few days. But if we talk about that, we can stop it. The second question is, what is my real motivation for being in this business? And I ask that question a lot. I want to know what people's niche are. Why are they unique? Why are they doing this? And because I've sat across so many real estate agents that tell me, I love homes. I watch HGTV. I do all. What? Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares that you like that stuff. Nobody cares that you like homes. There's a reason you do what you do. And usually as you go deeper, it starts coming out, and they start doing it, and they're like, oh, I never thought of that. When you can connect with why you do what you do, and you're on an actual mission to go do this, people start following you. They're looking for leaders. They're looking for ways to navigate. They do not want someone that can open lock boxes and have access to the MLS. And if we keep doing what we're doing, the Zillows, the Redfins, and all the people that are advertising right now about how you can go look for a home and schedule an appointment, we're going to buy those leads back from them. And then they're going to demand more of our commission. So we're going to be earning less. They're not going to take over and get us out of the game. They're going to need us, but we're just going to be at the lower end of the totem pole, making less money. They're going to be making the money because they own the data. So why do we do what we do? What's motivating us to do it? And go out there and share it. Make sure that everyone that's in close proximity to you knows why you do what you do, and let that, and they can go up and go, God, I connect with this person. If they turn away when you say what you do and why you do it and what you're trying to be, then they were never looking at you anyways. So you just opened up space for someone else to get into it. And before I'm going to go on a bunny trail here, because I've had this question come up a couple times this week with different people and in groups that I'm in that ask me this, and it drives me nuts. Is, someone asked me, what do you do when a family member or a friend uses another agent? And all the responses that were coming from other people were, oh, it happens, just get over it, just do this. And this is my answer to it. We have we have people that are close to us because of proximity and blood, not because they chose to be close to us for what it is we do. We have a sphere of influence of people that we're marketing to and talking to that are there because of proximity. We just know them. But we never ask them during that time if they already had a relationship with a realtor. And if they did, would they choose to use us? We've never asked them that. We just assume that since they know us, they should use us. In today's world, how many people do you know right now that are in specific fields that you have a relationship with that you would use, but if someone close to you and your family got into that business, you wouldn't just kick that person to the curb, would you? You may give that person close to you a chance if they came out and actually wanted to know, and they were like, hey, what would it take to earn your business? Who do you know? Why do you use that person? I know they've been in it a while, but why are you so connected to them? You know, if you came in and started having these conversations, I swear we'll change that pendulum from people that are close to us. We'll start using us instead of us just assuming that they're going to. Now, there are family members, there are friends that are dirtbags, and they are going to surface, and that's going to happen where they use someone they don't know, and then, you know what, then get pissed at them. But I know that there's people in proximity to people that have known people for a long, long time that are in this business. And just because they're close to you, they may be a little bit closer to that person. Or they have a business relationship where things are just easier. So they're going to continue to use them. Doesn't mean they won't be a cheerleader for you. Doesn't mean that. But you know going in what's happening. And then that falls in line with, when we're talking about building our database and communicating with our database and having our raving fans, and noted some of our really close family members are not my A's or B's. They may be C's in my group because they're close, but they have relationships. That's okay. But I know they think of me. So you gotta figure that kind of stuff out. So that's my little tangent on there. So the third question in that, I think I got into the first and I got the second. The third question is, what is holding me back? And this isn't a question that I ask myself once as the years start or when I'm doing things. I ask myself this constantly. What's holding me back? Because there's always something. There's always something. And it's what's holding me back in the moment sometimes, what's holding me back in the big picture, what's holding you back? And get those things. So when you ask yourself those three questions, you start getting your mindset right. And you start sometimes laughing at what's there. It's like when you look at what's holding you back, like, why? Why am I letting that hold me back? One of the things that another guy and I are going to be going live and talking about next week is something that I've noticed coming up again and again for myself this week, and I've been journaling about it, is how fear and confidence are pretty much the same thing. If I ask people what fears are holding you back, you're going to tell me none. I'm not scared of anything. But there's a confidence that is like a fear that's holding you back from something. You're not confident in the skill. You're not confident in the long-term ability of this. You're not confident this is going to turn into what you want it to be. So you may not move as quick as you need to do. But that confidence really is fear. It's just fear in a different way. We look at fear as we're actually scared. There's a lot of fears that are holding us back all the time that fall in lines of other terms that we use, and it's confidence. So once you get that confidence, that's where growth happens, is when you get confidence. And I want you to get confident in something every day. Find something every day that makes you a little scared and go do it. Just anything. Go up and talk to someone you wouldn't talk to. You know, and today, right now, just go up to someone. Maybe that right there is probably a big fear a lot of people have, is I don't want to go near anyone. What's going on? But you know, do something that gets you a little scared. Do it and just go over it, and it's not that bad. All right, number 5. We must develop an unwavering desire to achieve our business goals, our personal goals, in spite of the daily ups and downs. And we have to have an unwavering desire to achieve this. You know, don't have a, well, and once this happens, I'll get that. Especially right now, when don't be out there going, if properties come on the market, I've got lots of buyers for them. It's the worst avenue we can get into right now. Go find a solution. Go find a solution to the problem we have, so we have an unwavering desire to achieve. And like I've said so many times, guys, we don't need that much right now in order to have what it is we want to have. How many of you, if you just had 1 or 2 extra listings right now, it would change everything?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, because there, not only does it change everything because you may be going from 0 to 1 or 2, it changes everything because they close so darn fast compared to taking it. You take a listing today, you know, in 45, 60 days, you're at a closing. It's not 45 or 60 days, I have a pending offer. It's no, take a listing today, 45 or 60 days, I got a closing. So it's money. So if you got a listing in every 45 or 60 days, that's 12 in a year that closed. That's 12 extra to your business. And I don't know what your average sale price is, but on mine, that's an extra, $110,000. One more a month. That's what I love about this business, guys. It's a numbers game. We are in a ridiculously simple, unlimited earning opportunity by being in this business, that there is nothing on the planet legal that we can do to make the kind of money quickly that we can make. That's what I love about it. So just keep looking at it, have an unwavering desire. Number 6, we become like the people that we associate ourselves with most of the time. So we have to ask ourselves, are the people that we're hanging with, are they contributing to taking us where we want to go, or are they contributing to taking power away from us to succeed? Now, I'm not saying this that we have to go defriend people. We have to go get rid of people and things, but just question the amount of time you're spending with certain groups versus going out and finding the people that you want to be like. Especially on Facebook. How many people right now, what's the best way to ask this question? How many people take friend requests from realtors?
You're in my office.
Okay. Yeah, so you accept them. Now, what do you do when you accept them? Do you do anything on Facebook with them in particular? Okay, here's what I want you to do starting this point. Unless they are realtors that are in your mastermind, your office, or anything that you spend time and you learn and you grow from, if they are just the average realtor that's out there and you get a friend request from them, here's what I want you to do. After you accept it, go over and unfollow.
Oh, okay, and unfollow.
Because this is what you're doing, is you're taking them out of your news feed. You're taking them off your wall. You're taking them out of the clutter that's going on. but you haven't defriended them. They still are going to see your stuff. They're still there. You haven't got rid of them.
Okay.
They're just not people that you're going to have in your normal feed, because the people in your normal feed are the people that you want. That's your tribe. That's the people you want to hang with. That's the people you want to know everything that's happening. That's your database, your sphere. You don't need to know about what Jimmy's doing over here, about a listing that he got and it went pending and he got 10,000 over asking and it sold with 190 showing. You know, you don't need to know that stuff.
No.
What if
It's
you
just
follow?
clogging. What's that?
What if you're following them for like their creative marketing idea?
That's what I said. Unless you're masterminding with them, yeah. Like, and I agree,
Okay.
Dave. If you're getting value from them by having them follow them, you know, have a list of realtors or top influencers or whatever you want to call it, and then just hit that and follow those people once in a while. But your main focus when you open up Facebook or Instagram or anything is you want to get to your peeps. You want to know what's going on in their world. My A's, my B's, my C's, you know, I want to see them. And then I want to be able to drill down and go, okay, what are my realtors doing? I'll hit my friend list with realtors, see them all, and I'll go through them. But I don't need them cluttering up what little time I have. Now, negative people, I unfollow them immediately. I don't delete them unless they've done something that I just cannot align to. But if they're constantly complaining, I unfollow them. I don't need to see it. I don't need to see it, kind of thing. But if they're, you know, I mean, like I had a guy that I've been friends with for a long time, not real close friends, but someone that went to high school with me, someone that, and over the last few days with everything that happened, some of his posts, I'm like, dude, I can't take this anymore. You know, delete this guy, gone, block him from everything. Like, I just can't take this anymore.
Some people decide to come out on Facebook to like just express themselves. Like you won't see any posts, and all of a sudden they go through a breakup, and you're seeing them post every day, and it's all bad. It's all negative. It's exactly.
Yeah.
They're in a bad place at the same time too, and you realize it. You know.
I'm not in the belief that you hear from a lot of people. Social media isn't creating this problem. It's a problem that's been there forever. It's just that social media made it easy for people to communicate with a lot more people. You know, crazy was crazy. It's just now crazy can be like, I can talk to someone in China right now that I couldn't before. You know, it's just the news just goes so fast. It just amplifies what was already there. And I just don't need some of it. Some of it I do. I mean, there's lots of things on that I get, and I get a lot of influence and a lot of positive things. And but you know, just so kind of look at, that's how you're doing today. Is when I ask you about like who you're hanging with, it's not people you're actually having over to your house and having a beer, having a cup of coffee with. Every time you open up Facebook and you go through there, you're hanging with those people. You've allowed that to come in. So, you know, protect that, who you're allowing to come in, what you're trying to get, what kind of growth are you trying to get. Now, when I like follow people and unfollow people, my things are changing constantly. It depends where I'm at in growth in the moment. And then I'm starting to see these people pop up more in me, in my world, because I'm engaging with that type of content. And when you start seeing that there's more negativity coming on, what I do know, and I'm not a smart guy, but what I do know is that you don't actually have to like a post to have those type of posts continue to show up in front of you. What you have to do is you have to stop in your scroll. And when you stop in your scroll, that Facebook algorithm goes, ooh, he likes this. we're going to give him more of this because it creates dopamine. So be careful at what you stop and what you allow into your, because we're protecting our mindset. Okay, so sometimes stopping and reading craziness is you're engaging in craziness.
Or creates higher blood pressure because now you're getting all those damn ads.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, because
They're
you're
shutting
now
you
you're
up.
now you're on a pixel. Now you're targeted. So and there's no way around it. That's just the way the world is going. You just have to, you got to be asking yourself this constantly. That's why, guys, you've heard me say it before, and you're going to continue to hear me say it, because it's the main thing that gets me going. Is I have at 8:30 every day, I sit with a cup of coffee, my headphones in, and I have my journal in it. I have 30 minutes. That's my alone time, and it's my worry time. I label it, it's in my schedule, worry time. And I let myself have those thoughts then. I let myself go there. I let myself, and then I come out. Okay. And what I try to do throughout the day is when my mindset goes into things that are negative thoughts or down or worry or this or that, I try my hardest by being aware of that worry time. And I start asking myself questions. Is this something I can deal with now? Or is this something I can wait till tomorrow with? Just having that one little thing helps me pivot and move on. So get aware of it, because I do everything I can to protect my mindset. I do not have a solid, perfect, ready to fire on all cylinders every moment of the day mindset, but I'm constantly aware of it. That helps me win more than I lose. And remember, guys, it's all about winning. All you've got to do is score one more point than your competition and you win. They don't care when you hold up that trophy if you won every time you were up or if you won just enough to get the trophy. They just care you're holding the trophy. So just start going. Just don't let the downs affect you. Just have more ups than you have downs. Okay, back to this. So number 7, thinking big is a learned process. It's no different than learning to ride a bike. Anybody can do it if they take the time to work on it. So thinking big is a learned process. Now, I had a mentor years and years ago, and he said this one thing to me, and it's true. He said, Mike, if they're not laughing at what you say you want to do, then you're not thinking big enough. So constantly be looking at thinking big. Don't be thinking big in a way that is like greed, or be thinking big because when you get to a certain level, what could you do? You know, I've had this conversation with a lot of you here in this group. It's like I'm thinking big for where I see the impacts that I can make on people and their mindset and the people that we can attract into this world. And I'm thinking big from a standpoint going, hey, how could some of the people on this call be future coaches and go off and do this? Not by me, but how do I go make impacts on other people through the people that I've made impacts with? You know, I see that stuff happen. So I'm constantly looking at how can we get there? How do we do these things, not just in this, but in everything I'm looking to do? Because I know that in order for that to happen, all these little dominoes have to get in a row and happen. So lots of greatness happens in order for that to go. So keep thinking big, keep thinking large. Okay, number 8, it's critical that we keep expanding our minds, and we can expand our minds by first reading more inspirational books. So what is on your docket that you're reading? What's sitting close to you? What's in your coming up list? Keep adding things. When you hear something, add it to your wish reading list, add it to your growth reading list. Make sure that you're constantly reading something. Listening to inspirational, YouTube videos, inspirational podcasts. What are you listening to in there? Make sure you're feeding your mind into things like that. And spend time with people who do more than we are doing. Now, you see here, I didn't say do more business. I said do more, because you need people that are doing more in every aspect that you're trying to better yourself to be in. Now, if you're trying to be a better father, who do you hang out with that is a role model for you to be like? If you're trying to be a better mother, who do you hang out with and if you're trying to be a better golfer, who do you hang out with that's on that range that you're like, I can be like them? What is it? So it doesn't always have to be business, but it has to be things that are making us happy, because remember, our business funds our perfect life. So what we do here allows us to go do those things. So read more of that stuff. Don't just put yourself in it. This is the only thing I'm thinking of, but there's lots of lessons to be learned in things that excite us and do it. And there's always a leadership lesson if we look for it in something. We can see and get growth through that. It doesn't always have to be I picked up a real estate book, or I picked up a leadership book. Just look for leadership lessons in a lot of stories and a lot of things that are out there. Number 9, spend a few minutes several times a day in solitude. That's, in meditation, in some sort of journaling, which gives you the time to regenerate your positive thoughts for the rest of the day. Now, our energy, guys, is not infinite. It's limited. We use it up and we need to recharge ourselves. We are just like our cell phones. When we get started, we're at full charge, and before you know it, doing certain things, you'll be like, oh my God, my phone, I haven't even had it on that long, and my battery's at 30%. Well, yeah, you had the screen on long, you were energized, just like you. Maybe you weren't up and did a lot and you're like, God, I'm exhausted. Well, yeah, you had to go negotiate these couple things. You had to go and put yourself on stage for 30 minutes that you normally don't do, and that drains your batteries. We are just like a machine. We are a machine. So our batteries go up and down, and we need to recharge them. So have time that you're able to recharge yourself. That's why it's so important to do our most important stuff early. If we win our day by noon every day, we hit our big rocks by 12 o'clock every day, we're going to win the day. If we keep putting it off, or we'll get to it at 3, or we'll get to it later when we get done with this stuff, our energy keeps going down and we don't have the willpower to go off and do what we need to do. So take care of those things and then go enjoy the rest. All right, number 10, remember that new experiences always generate excitement, and excitement generates new experiences. So when you look at that, I want you to be looking back about doing something that scares you, like I said earlier. Do something that brings a little bit of fear, something you don't have the confidence in. When you do that and you achieve it or you get it done, it creates excitement. And that excitement will allow you to go after something else that is holding you back, or something else that you're not 100% confident in. You'll keep gaining confidence by doing the little things that are in your way, new experiences. If we keep always doing what we've always done, we're always going to get what we've always got. We got to go out and do new things in order to have the new things that we want. All right, number 11. This is a good one. Continually being critical of ourselves and what we do does not strengthen our mindset. There goes my phone. Sorry about that. It doesn't strengthen our mindset. It weakens us. So don't add negative thoughts, add positive ones so we can grow. So don't be critical of what we did, what we've done. Ask ourselves questions about why we did what we did and what could we have done differently, or what little adjustment could we have made. So be aware of what we've done, but don't be beating ourselves up with it. Like, how many times have you been in a situation where you're like, you got done with it and you're like, God, I should have just asked that. Or if I would have said this, I could have gotten it. And a lot of people keep on that, I'm such an idiot, I should have done that. I keep beating myself up. Instead of just saying, what would I have done? And then go practice it and start saying, okay, this goes into my routine. This is what I'm going to say. This is how I'm going to overcome that. Then you didn't fail, you grew with it. So keep doing that. Don't be overly critical of ourselves, but don't also just go through life with such a Hakuna Matata thing that nothing mattered and I just go and do, because you go and you make that mistake again, and then you go and learn from that by taking that and learning about what could I have done better. All right, number 12, to develop a stronger mindset, consider spending time each day, like I said, meditating, with nothing more than just relaxing and writing in your journal. Spend that every day on positive thoughts. Spend something about what excites you or what your mission is for that day. And think of it about that you're writing a bestseller on your business life. Just write something every day, even if it's just a sentence or something, but just write something every day that's a thought in your head that's positive, or something about what you're going to overcome, or what you're going to be, or what you're finding was a strength or a win from the previous day. Write something, get it out of your head. It doesn't do you any good to be in here, but when you write it, now you can go off and you can keep talking about it. Do that every day, and then go share that. Maybe that becomes a post. Maybe you're going to go live and just say something about what your thought was for the day, and really just do like what I do. Lots of times when I do that, I'm saying it to myself. I really don't give a fuck what anybody else thinks about it. I'm just saying it. And that's where my little mic drops have come from. That's me talking to myself. And if you don't like it, don't listen to it. You know, I think, and that's really so go out there and do those things. Because what you find is when you're talking and you're doing that, the person that you're talking to is you, but you're making impacts on others because they are thinking the same thing. They just don't know how to express it or deal with it. And you build that relationship every time you start being real.
Mhm.
So, you know, I don't want you to be out there thinking, okay, I don't have any content. Yes, you do. You live it every day.
Yeah, you do.
Talk about it. Go out there and do it. You know, Dave, like I've mentioned to you many times, get your whole thing about trying to build wealth and why you do what you do. Go out there and tell that freaking story so much. People are just going to rally around it. And then they're going to want to spend more time with you. And then they're going to know, what is your framework? How are you doing this? You know, Scott's not on this call, but Scott and his whole thing we talked about before. Perfect. So get that in there. So 13, this is the last one, guys. In real estate, as in within most sales jobs, there will be daily ups and downs that we encounter. So the ups are exciting and the downs are depressing. To eliminate the down moments and the down cycles of a day, we must develop an intense desire to achieve our goals, which will keep our mindset strong. So we have to have a fire in us that are going to help push us through the downs, because in this business, that's the worst part about it. Like, I love the fact that we can earn and do things, but we have intense ups and we have depressing downs. We go high and then we go low. You know, we don't have that consistent thing going on, because we're in a transaction. We have ups, it's going here, and then we know, okay, we got to the table, it's over. And now we're going to have to go find another one to put into its place. So we're constantly going up and down. And sometimes those downs, oh, it can be depressing because it's like, God, where's the next one? Or do we have that? But just stay with your undesirable, achieving your goals where you want to be, and have a goal every day. Like I've told you about my goal. My main goal that I focus on every day is I want to have one powerful conversation with someone that they remember where they were and remember me having that conversation with them. I want to have one of those every day. Because I know if I have one of those every day, I have 5 in a week, 20 in a month, 240 in a year. There's no way I can't achieve what it is I want to achieve. And I can control that. I can't control if the person that I'm talking to wants to sell their home, wants to buy a home. I can't control that they have equity in their home. I can't control that their credit is good. I can't control any of the things that I need to control in order to sell real estate, but I can control the power of the conversation. So focus on what you can control. That helps with the ups and downs. So I track my numbers, guys, every day on little sheets like this. I do it the old school way. And you know my system. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this in order to have this. And my thing is one. And I look at it in a couple different ways. From a real estate coach aspect, I'm looking at it that I want to have a scheduled phone call appointment. From a real estate agent, I want to have a scheduled, especially today, a phone call Zoom appointment the same way. So I want to have one powerful conversation for real estate sales. I want to have one powerful conversation every day for real estate coaching. 2 of those in a day, 10 in a week. There's no way I can't get where I want to be. That helps me with my ups and downs. So take some of these things, and I'll get you a copy of what we went through, but take some of these things and just looking and going, am I focusing on this? Am I helping myself getting into it? And as you know, I put everything into things that are games because I like competition. I like winning. I don't like losing. And everything I do, I look at as in a game. How can I make this a game? How can I make it fun? How can I do it? So my mindset to me is a game. How do I do the things in order to win? And I know my mindset comes first, because with mindset, now I can get into daily action. And with daily action and accountability, I can get to success. But I can't have action and accountability consistent and have it work if my mindset's messed up. So that is number one. And I have to put this life support, and I have to take that serious. I have to put the oxygen mask on my mindset before I can get into action and accountability. So look at that. So what you think about most is what you become. That's an old Earl Nightingale, quote. Think about that. What am I thinking about most? Am I thinking about fear? Am I thinking about I can'ts? You've heard me say that before. I had to get into I cans and get out of I can'ts. I can't do this. I can't. We're all on this. Get that out. You got to get into I can. And what is in the middle of getting you from I can'ts to I cans? Isolate it. Find it. Get real with it. And what can I do to move forward? So I've got about 10 or 15 minutes left. Any questions you guys have? Anything I can help you with? Any thoughts? Anything you want to talk about? What did you win this week? What's great? What happened to you this week that's great?
I got my
There's
vision,
got to be a win.
I got my vision board done.
All right. So what's on it? Looks like it's sitting behind you. Is that a board?
Yeah, it is.
All right. What's on it?
So, what I want to accomplish is I want to accomplish a big porch on my house, to go to the Grand Ole Opry again, see what's different, go to Florida, lay on the beach, go to the Grand Ole Opry. Well, no, this was Niagara Falls because I've never been. And what I want to do is do more knitting, crocheting, quilting, you know. And how I'm going to do this is by employment to create the money that I need. And it has to do the debt-free thing, flexibility, and give me time. And so I did the phase 1, 2, and 3, where I can save the money that I need to actually accomplish the top section. And then I have 12 to 13 transactions, and I got the little money thing to show where the money is being saved. And I believe living out my dreams. So you got to live.
Oh,
Awesome.
girl, that's awesome.
Awesome.
Not
I love it. I love it.
how can I get
Congratulations. Can I ask you to do something that's going to put you
Yeah.
into an uncomfortable situation, but I know it'll help you grow?
Okay.
Okay. You said you wanted to sit on a beach. What did you say you wanted to be on the beach doing?
Nothing.
Nothing. Okay.
Watching the waves.
Okay. What's the weather supposed to be like this week where you're at? Weekend.
Here in Ohio,
Yeah.
no,
Is it gonna?
70. Well, they said it was going to hit 70 sometime.
Okay. So you're gonna have some sun and a little bit of decent weather for this time of year.
Right.
Go sit out in a lawn chair with a bucket of sand and put your feet in the sand and do a video of you and talking about some of these things that you want, and say, I'm looking for 13 people in 2021 that I can help build a vision board like this and help them get where they want to go.
Okay.
I want to go do this, and this is why I want to go share those things with people and have but make sure they see you know what, I'm doing it now. I'm trying to live it. I'm not out in Florida, but my toes are in the sand.
Okay.
And this is where I'm going to be. And, you know, I'm going to crochet and I want to do this. And who else has things out there that they want to do? I want 13 people. I'm looking for 13 people right now to raise their hand that want to get on a phone call with me and want to talk about how we can make these dreams come true.
Okay.
Pull 13 people that are in your following closer to you, but don't do it once. Keep doing it.
Okay.
Keep talking about it. When you're crocheting, hey, I'm crocheting. Can't wait to be doing this all the time. What is it that fires you up the most that you want to go do? Comment below. Let's get on a phone call. I want to help you get clear with that. That's the kind of realtor that people are looking for.
Hey, Mike, I've got a closing today at 4, and we were doing our goal setting a few months back. In my office, I've got 2 sheets, and it's 50 houses, right? And every time one closes, I'm putting the address, but anyways, these clients came in because they don't use the computer and you can't send anything electronically, whatever. So they've seen it. And I talked to the wife last night and she said, I need to look at that board of yours because when we come in for closing, I need at least 4 cards from you so I can help you with your goal. So the reason I'm saying that is those visuals, sometimes people just need that. And I'm like, oh, here. You know.
How many people, this is awesome because this is the way we're wired.
Yeah.
How many people know someone that goes out of their way to help either, you know, help people put food on the table, help people do this, they help people and they're not helping themselves. And you're sitting there going, God, I wish this person would just wake up and just take care of themselves. But they go and they do this. You know, we all know someone like that. Like I remember my grandma would take her shirt off her and put it on another person's back. And you'd be like, God, if she just put a little bit of time into herself, she'd be here. But you know what? She's in heaven enjoying something because of the way she was. People want to help people.
Yeah.
But
I
the
mean,
problem is they don't always know that they can help you because
Yeah.
we haven't put it out there. You put it out there. Now these people are going, I'm going to go help Michelle because she needs this. She needs it. She's going to do something with this.
I will tell you this, Michelle, don't give 4 cards, give her 8 and she'll
Yeah.
send you
Oh,
8
yeah.
people.
I mean, I got a stack. They're getting it.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
Annette, stand by to see what happens if you do that video. I questioned Mike a lot. And ever since I've been doing those videos, it has just exploded for me. And they're the dumbest videos you'll ever see. They're the funniest videos you'll ever see. And I just send video messages even to my clients through the same camera that's right here in front of me. And it's amazing. They open the stuff up, they look at it, and I can see how many times they open it, how many times they look at it. So I can just tell you, like in Cop Talk, stand by, because if you do it, you'll see what'll happen. Like in the movie, if you build it, they will come.
Mhm.
You know, and Annette, to kind of piggyback off this, and this, I think I shared this a while ago. You know how people always tag you, you know, I'm looking for a realtor, and then you've got 500 people tagging, right? So I remember Mike saying a while ago, quit responding to that. Do a video. So I did a video. I inboxed her and said, hey, Dom, blah, blah, give me a call. I was wearing a B-52s band t-shirt. Hair was all crazy up, whatever. I was cleaning. We're looking for a house for her and her husband. It circled back around. So out of all of those, it was literally 25-second video turned into a call.
See, now you just reminded me of something that I've gotten away from. And it's so powerful because I put this into action on Tuesday. And now that you said that, I'm like, God, I got to go back to doing it. I wanted to test something starting Tuesday. So I've done it for 4 straight days. And I did this with the idea going like, you know, should I hire a virtual assistant to do this? What could come of it? So I'm like, I'm going to give some time and see if it's something that could leverage and if someone else could do it. So I created an idea, what I called it my 50, my 20, my 5, and my 1. Why I came up with those numbers, I really don't know. I just thought it sounded kind of cool when I did it. But I know why I came up with the 1. And I know why I came up with the 5. I don't know why I came up with the 50 and the 20. But anyways, what it basically boiled down to is I wanted to do 50 posts, engagements, like something within this of people that were my perfect avatar, where they were hanging out. So I did this just from a coaching standpoint. So I got into like Facebook groups and I made comments, or I posted something, or I liked something. I did it 50 times. Now, whenever someone liked it or commented, I would direct message 20 people. Now, where I got away from is I didn't do the 20 videos. I did 20 conversation starters. And that conversation starter was simple. Thanks for commenting on my post. What made you want to get into real estate? Just did something like that. And then I would take them through what's your niche? What are you looking to do? Who are you looking to make an impact on? You know, if you could wave a magic wand and fix something, what would it be? And then ultimately it would be, would you be opposed to scheduling a Zoom call? And if they said that they wouldn't be, here's the link to go do it. Okay, I did that as a test because I wanted to say, hey, what if we were doing that as real estate agents? What if you're going to find your perfect avatar? You know, the ones that you went through the rise of the digital agent with me. What if you identify, when I asked you to identify your perfect avatar, where you probably went and found, okay, where are these people hanging out? What are they doing? What groups? Go hang out and find those people, schedule appointments. So my 1 is that, okay, so I did that 20 times. Now I'm going to go, oh my God, I got to go back to doing what I said said to you guys to do is I'm going to do 20 video messages instead of typing it. Hey, thanks for commenting on my post. Really appreciate it. Hey, real quick, what made you get into real estate? Now they see me, they talk to me, they hear me. Now, maybe they'll respond the same way. We can keep it going that way. But the 5 is I wanted to have those 20 like conversation starters. I wanted to have minimum of 5 conversations where it was going back and forth. And I went through those questions. Ultimately, wanted one appointment, one person that would schedule on my Calendly link a time to do a 20-minute conversation with me. Now, I said I put that into effect on Tuesday. My goal was to have 1. It's Friday and I haven't finished my Friday calls, but I have 12 appointments from doing that for 3 solid days because Friday's not over. So I'm like, okay, this is scalable. This is something I can do. This can be my lead generation source kind of. So it works is where I'm getting to. So consistency kind of gets into it, but where can I go putting back into what I actually told you to do? Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for reminding me to do the video because I didn't do that with this little test, but I do still do it often. I didn't do it with this test. I got to do that because that immediately gets them in a relationship.
With this crazy market that people just want to see a real person because it's everything socialized, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they just, oh my God, that's a real person that's actually talking.
Yeah.
You know, it's crazy, but it's working.
Yeah. And you know what? I was going to bring this up today in the call about this because I thought of you. There's a Facebook group, I think it's called Port Huron Homes or something like that, that I noticed a post in the other day.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is just people posting listings.
Yeah. I want to say if that's, I think it might be.
I don't know, but we all have something like that, like Macomb Homes for Sale, or, you know, you've got to have one in San Diego. You know, there's got to be something that's up there that people are posting where like consumers are hanging out in as well. If we went out and like posted something or made comments on some of these posts or made comments on other people's posts that weren't realtors, and then you went and you said, hey, thanks for liking my comment, or thanks for this, or I saw your post and you did a video message. You know, how long have you been in the real estate market? What is it exactly you're looking for? And you take them through a series of follow-up, and then you get them to schedule a call with you to do a consultation with them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I know there's a way to massively lead generate by building relationships through social media that we can scale and do. When you guys know about doing the 22, I just went to go do this kind of on a different realm and say, hey, what if I went in massively? What would I get? Boom, boom, and I can control this. And what I found is that 50 part of my day, I get that done in about 20 minutes. I made one post last week in a real estate group. Oh, I got to pull it up. Here it is. Because I still have people liking and answering this. And this just shows you how messed up realtors are. Okay, where did it go? Oh, there it is. It has so far, I made this on, let me get to the top to see the whole thing. I made this on Tuesday at 2:30. I put, what do you do to get rid of stress in today's market? And I just put a background color to it, you know, like the little thing, put it out there. I have 279 answers. Now, the majority of them are answers that are typical for a realtor right off the bat, but they also went a little further with it. But the majority of people that wanted to smoke weed and drink are through the roof. But the ones that actually said something about drinking and that, or, you know, made like a laugh emoji and wanted something else, I started conversations with them. That one post can start 279 conversations. So go find, now that we've taken this in a little bit different direction here, guys, but you're getting something great out of this because it worked for me and Michelle sparked it. Go find where your perfect avatars are hanging out. The people that want to quilt, the people that want to go do these things. How many times you put that post out there? If you could get 20 people to comment and you go deep with 20 people, could you get 5 meetings? Could you get 1 meeting? Could you get 2 by just doing 1 post? You can't do that with any type of form of postcard, door knocking, mailing, and figure out a scalable way to do it.
Mhm.
I know that 50, 25 is getting me more than 1 every day. And I've only done it for 3. So I'm going to keep doing it. I'm going to keep testing the numbers and keep going, but it works. It's a math equation. And now I'll make it fun. So take your vision board and that,
Mhm.
and you guys have all done vision boards. Go take them, go get real with them again, go revalue, go put it out there to people. You heard me say a couple weeks ago about being a dream leader
Mhm.
to our database. Go find your top 22 people in your database and know what dreams they want, where they want to go. And
Mhm.
every time you come across anything that has to do with something that's on that board, you send them a photo. If you know that they want to live on a lake
Mhm.
and retire, and you drive by and you see this beautiful view of a lake that you're at, stop, take a photo of it and send it and go, hey, Dave, thinking of you. Can't wait to help you get that.
Mm.
Help connect the dots of their dreams. Because when you get to their dreams, you get to their emotion, that's a mind share space that will never be taken by someone else.
Mhm.
All right, guys, I'm going to go watch my daughter dance and cheer with a mask on in front of her with and wear this stupid shirt and embarrass her as much as I can.
Mhm.
So I'll let you guys know how it goes. This is her last year. She's a senior, so I can't wait to watch her dance for the last couple times. So you guys have a wonderful day. Remember, get this on your schedules on Mondays and on Fridays. Invite people to it. The Momentum group is going to start May 1st, so be looking out for it, guys. And this is going to be our group, kind of coaching everything going on. And welcome to the group. Bring people in and bring your ideas of things that you need help with. And I will do everything in my power to go find the information to make impacts on you. So bring it forward and I'll go do everything I can to help. Love you guys. Have a
Thank
great
you.
one.
Have a good weekend.